ever find yourself wanting to be creative, but you're a little afraid to step out and do it? Well, I say, go ahead and step out. The materials we need to transfer an image onto a canvas are cardstock, tissue paper, just the ordinary white tissue paper you'd buy anywhere, any store, a ruler, pencil, scissors, masking tape, and an ironing board because you're going to iron your tissue. On the left, I have cardstock. On the right is my tissue. I've ironed it and cut it into 4 pieces. When you've ironed your tissue and you cut it to the size just inside about 1/4 inch of your cardstock, attach it using some masking tape. The masking tape is actually going to help the printer pick up the cardstock with the tissue and print the image on that. Sometimes you might need to give the printer a little help. I just give it a little nudge at the top until I know that it's actually grasped the paper. One way that I get the tissue paper the exact size I need for the cardstock is to mark it. Sometimes I just simply tape up the bottom edge over to the back of the cardstock, and then I clip the sides of the cardstock, not being that concerned about getting 1/4 inch in. I just cut it right along the edge, and then I just add a little bit of masking tape onto that edge to secure it. That's just to keep it from moving around in the printer. And of course, you're going to print on the tissue side. After you get your image from the printer, you separate it from the cardstock. You place a coat of Mod Podge over your canvas. Then you move your tissue ink side down onto the canvas, and you have to be very careful because you get one chance to do this. You can't move it or readjust it after it's begun to stick. Then after that, you Mod Podge another coat over the image and you let it dry. Sometimes I take my paintbrush and I try to tap out some of the bubbles. You don't want it to be exactly perfectly flat. Some of the texture is part of what you're going for with this canvas. Here is an example of me Mod Podging another image that I was working on, a digital watercolor that I had created. I think it turned out pretty good. I like the contrast of colors in it, and I love the little lines of texture. Now my image was a little bit too small for the canvas, so I just painted in a border. In retrospect, I wish I had done a darker blue. Here's another image I worked on. If you notice, I'm actually on the left of this picture, which is the way the original picture was. But when you flip it onto your canvas, of course, you're reversing the image. So now, in that picture, I'm on the right. In this case, it really didn't matter. If you want the image to remain the way that the camera first took it, just reverse it on your computer and then print it out. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this and maybe it inspired you a little bit. Stay tuned for more ideas on how to be creative, discovering that sense of self in creativity.